You're listening to Edge Radio TV. The views and opinions expressed in this program are that of the host or guests, and not the Edge Radio Network or its advertisers or affiliates.
Good afternoon and welcome to How You Livin on Edge Radio TV. Hope you guys are having a great Monday so far. My name is Robin B. And hey, Dr. Kiva.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good to have you today in the flesh. We missed you last week.
Hey, what can you say?
I know. You got to do what you got to do,
you gotta
right?
do what you got to do.
Shoot.
So how is it going?
I'm not bad. It's good. So far, so good. We were just having a little conversation about energy. And so a friend of mine this morning, she had a headache. We were just talking about positive energy. And you know, we're both, I think we're both on that level. We do oils and crystals and everything. And so she said she was suffering from a headache. And she wanted to know if I had any peppermint oil, which takes headaches away.
Right.
I didn't, but I was, she said, what about crystals? Girl. I had to give her all. You know, I usually have my tower here, so I get. As soon as you grab the towel, it's selenite, and like moonstone. She said it's going away already. She started really healing as soon as she grabbed it. So then I think I had rose quartz and the smooth stone, and then I gave her. I think the other one was labradorite. And so then she texted me and she said, I made a little altar. So she's a little deeper into it than I am. And whoever knew. But it's good to know that you can, find natural ways. I'm
and there's a lot that you can do with headaches. Peppermint, she could be dehydrated and need to drink water.
Right.
And everything is, half of the battle is so a man thinketh.
Ain't that the truth?
And so if she believes that has healing properties.
I am hugely, I believe that so much. I really do. So, they say it's the placebo effect. I believe that. Yeah. So when you, share that with somebody, their mind is strong enough to make them feel better.
Exactly.
So I think I agree with that.
So
did you work this whole weekend?
No, I ran.
Yeah, all right.
And then I worked.
5 miles, 25 miles.
Not 25.
50. I never know with you.
It wasn't just at Memorial Park. It was such a lovely weekend.
It was a beautiful weekend.
Allergies were kind of out there bad, but it was lovely.
I was suffering. Yeah, I was definitely suffering. So you don't get to watch the news much, which keeps you in a happy place.
I intentionally don't watch the news.
But you clearly must have saw the verdict. And that's all you have to say these days is, did you see the verdict?
Well, no, I stopped watching the news many years ago because it was just too much murder. And you do have to be mindful of the things that you put into your subconscious mind. So I stopped watching it because it was depressing. And I felt myself low energy because of watching things that are depressing. So I tell my mother, I'm like, if there is something that's really important.
Like if there's a nuclear missile heading our way, let a sister know.
Exactly. Let me know. Let me know. So
she will, right?
What?
Okay.
She's like, well, let me tell you the news of the day.
See, I don't know why because I'm a very cheerful, joyful, happy person. Right. But I love murder shows. I love murder. Saturday Night Live did a thing about it, and I was laughing so hard because that was me all the way.
I watch
all
Marvel.
the way. I can binge watch murder shows.
Anything that was Marvel or DC Comics.
You and Jeff will get along just great.
There's a few of them I can't wait to come out. I'm like, oh yes.
So then I guess I don't need to talk to you about the verdict.
No, you can talk to me. You're my second person.
I'm like your other mother.
Exactly.
Right? Just a super young version. Well, here's the weird thing. I heard several people say it. It was pretty shocking. I mean, I was like on the TV this way because I didn't want to miss anything. Right. And it was very interesting to me and shocking that he was found guilty of all three things. And I heard several people say, and I understand where they were coming from. He looked, even the DA, the Attorney General, Keith Ellison said, I felt sorry for him because he is a human being, but sort of like he was clueless. I don't know. It's like he has to have a chip missing for him to have. He seemed completely devoid of all emotion from the moment he murdered that guy until he was found guilty. I don't think he's going to show emotion when he gets sentenced. Whoever knows what.
It could be.
There's something wrong with him.
It could be stunned, not expecting it. It could be a chemical imbalance. It could be a mixture of things.
He could be constipated,
and it could be once he goes to jail. It could be like, okay, well, he's only in there for a short period of time. It could not even be that long.
He did not seem to be stressed at all. It's like he knows something. Number one, he knew. You could tell he was not shocked. I don't believe he was shocked. It was hard to really gauge with the mask on, but he seemed almost not cheerful, but very nonchalant. He right before he put his hands behind, they didn't even have to take his hands to do it. It was just a very surreal experience because you don't see that.
Because I'm sure he's not going to be with general population anyway.
No. And they'll probably. He's got other things coming his way too. Because how did he end up with $1.1 million? He's a cop.
Supporters?
Right. No. Before he killed George Floyd, when his wife divorced him, that's even up for question. She ended up with $700,000.
Right.
And she left him with $400,000. So now the IRS is coming after him too. So he's just a real stand-up guy. Really.
Wow.
Full of integrity.
That's wild.
That's enough of that, right? We'll give him. I think that's enough for him.
Now you're going to make me listen to the news.
Well, on the upside, his daughter is very well taken care of. Was it? Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I wish I could.
Daughter?
George Floyd's daughter.
Okay,
his young daughter. She's been cared for. She's going to receive a full college scholarship. Someone sent her. Oh, Lord, who was it? I'm sorry, I can't remember. But somebody really famous sent her stock in, was it Microsoft stock? Well, she was doing very well. She's being very well cared for, and I'm glad to see that.
Oh, that's good.
And, of course, the family got $27 million.
I know, it's I don't know, it's odd because it's like you are definitely happy for her, but it's so many people that are also experiencing loss due to
police.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody said, like 3,000 in the past year. I don't know. It was an outrageous
3,000 that they know of.
And that's the thing. If nobody were looking, he would have. You saw the official notice was that he suffered a medical episode while he was handcuffed. That's what the official press release was before the video came out.
And so now you have to. So my cousin, he's in his 30s, and he had something wrong with his headlight. And we're like, no, we got to fix it.
Oh,
you ain't never lied. We don't want you to get pulled over at all. We're going to put them together as a family. If you can't fix it, we'll fix it for you.
You ain't never lied.
Because we don't want you to get pulled over.
You absolutely don't. And I was reading something this morning about the talk. And I have one son, but I have nephews, and I give that talk to every one of my nephews. And I want to ask our guests about that as well. Has he had the talk with the young men in his family? And I'm going to assume yes. But I tell them. I said the second you get pulled over, as soon as you see those lights, you put your thing. I said put it on Facebook Live. Don't even just record it. Put yourself on Facebook Live.
They used to have this one app.
I remember that.
It was on for Apple phones.
Yeah.
And you would say, tell Siri, you're being
Siri,
stopped.
I'm being pulled over.
And then they would automatically start to record and then contact your family member.
Well, somebody needs to, make that for Android.
Yeah, maybe it was Android.
Because we need it for every phone.
They had that, I'm being stopped, and then it would stop your music and start recording and contact.
That is very ingenious. Yeah. That's a life-saving.
So I don't know. I hadn't heard people talk about it, but because it's been over, I heard about it maybe a year ago.
That should be a gift that you give to everybody, basically, not just young men. We all need it.
Exactly. I'm being stopped by the security guard.
Right. And security guards think they're cops. The George Zimmermans of the world.
Exactly.
I don't know how that fool is still walking the earth. I really don't. He's horrible. But I'll try not to be so judgmental today.
I'm going to get her a Black Panther t-shirt. I'm telling you.
Oh, to the people. No, I'm teasing. No, I love everybody. I love everybody.
We know.
I'll try not to be so too judgmental.
Well, it's like you love all humans, and at the same time, you have to be able to tell people, pull their coattail when they're not doing right.
You absolutely do.
I'm just not going to follow you. Right. And so it is love for humanity, because you want us to do better.
Right. Like they said, we're not against cops. We're just against bad cops.
You want us to be best?
We want to be best. To this day, I have no idea how nobody corrected that. How did he? And then to say that she copied Michelle. Well, Michelle would never talk like that. She wouldn't get away with it. Literally got away with that for 4 years. And that's supposed to be okay. And there was nothing best about any part of that.
It was nothing best.
I'm telling you, I still feel like I woke up out of a horrible nightmare.
I still feel like I'm in a dream.
Oh, it's a horror. I couldn't believe it. It literally was torture. It was mental and emotional abuse. I didn't think my son was going to make it. I kept saying, "Don't worry, baby. Don't worry. He's going to crash and burn. Just hang on. Right. Hang on." It was horrible.
I know. And then moving into COVID, so we're still in a daze.
It's
crazy.
Bad. It's bad.
So are you ever going to get the vaccine?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I am not going to. I will do my best to stay healthy, but I don't see myself getting shot up. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Fair
but
enough.
I drink a lot of green tea. I'm going to say that's going to save me.
Eat a lot of vegetables.
I eat a lot of vegetables, and you know the vegetables I have. Let me tell you something. So last night, and I'm just going to make this real quick, we did have something we never eat. It's beef. And it was grass-fed, but we both felt horrible this morning. Sluggish. Oh. I said, we just can't do it. We couldn't do it. So there's something to be said about veganism.
Because it takes a while for your body to have to break it down.
Yeah. Oh, I said, that's your body telling you, don't do it. Garbage in, garbage out. That's for sure. So I'm going to try to stay awake today.
Right.
I did get a call because I know we're about to probably go to a break, but real quick, got a call from a friend of the show, Miss Addie Haliger.
Oh, okay.
Haliger.
We
better
fun.
know. We just call her Advocate Addie. She wanted to remind everybody to go vote. Vote. She needs
in Fort Bend, right?
Fort Bend. It's precinct 6, I believe, and position 6. Excuse me, number 4 on the ballot. She really needs to stay in place. She is the president of Fort Bend ISD, the school board.
Have you already voted? Because you're in Fort Bend.
We're doing today. We're doing this evening.
I need to go today also.
I promised her. She said, make sure Dr. Kiva is on board. We're going to make sure,
we live in Fort Bend.
Yeah, anybody who lives in Fort Bend needs to vote for Addie, for real. Because she puts her money where her mouth is.
Exactly.
I mean, she's adopted children. She has adopted children.
Yeah, she's all about advocacy for kids.
She's very big on that. They even named her Texan of the Year in 2019. I don't know if an Advocate of the Year as well. So she puts her money where her mouth is.
So even though Miss Robin has decided to make it heavy, today is Funny Monday.
It's going to be Funny Monday, yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I am so ready. We're going to put him on the hot seat.
Well,
he got to make us laugh. I want to laugh all morning. Afternoon.
So she don't even know.
He's giving us a serious
So we have Mr. Billy Washington with us today. That's going to be awesome.
We've been trying to get that man back here since last year, almost a whole year.
Yeah.
So that will be very fun.
So join us when we bring back our comedian who's going to make us laugh and make us think.
Yeah, and he's pretty talented in the horror department too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about
Too many hats.
Yeah, he got a lot of hats.
And don't forget to ask us questions on Facebook because he might be able to give you some advice on how you too can be a comedian and make it happen.
He might be hiring. He might be hiring for some of that drama he made.
Or not.
All right,
take
guys,
a little short
put the
break.
man on the spot. We'll be right back.
Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky? How you living? How you living? Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky?
And welcome back to How You Livin on Edge Radio Network TV. And so today we have our comedian, Mr. Billy Washington.
Yay!
Yeah. Don't forget the D. Billy D. Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy D.
That
Yeah.
leads me to my first
Because Billy
question.
Washington is a preacher, and people Google me. This old preacher will come up and whatever. And,
And
yeah.
He's one of
They
them
get
preachers
confused.
that's going to jail for all that PPP money. I know you
Oh,
heard
no.
about that, right?
Oh no, I didn't.
There is a pastor. He didn't even have the sense to give some to the church. He got the PPP money, a couple $1 million. He started buying luxury cars.
No, of course
So
he
they're
did.
talking. Now they're going to give him 20 years.
Yeah.
He's going to get more time than most
Wow.
people. Just to make an example.
I did see the one about the female preacher who's now has an OnlyFans page. Have you seen
I
that?
did not hear about that.
Naked and whatever, and they leaked them, and
Kidding me.
and I looked at them,
Is she? Did
and,
you
and,
look?
and she was clearly wasting her talent in the ministry.
Was she young?
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
But
you know,
she's
young
fine.
enough.
She
Yeah.
was fine.
Wait,
What?
and she had an OnlyFans page.
She was clearly wasting her talents in the ministry all these years.
I don't
mean,
know
but
what an
this-
OnlyFans
you know.
page is. What is that?
Well,
Is it hard to explain?
well, no, it's like somewhere in between porn and Facebook.
I never knew that's
say
what
you
it was.
say you had your following. You're like, okay, if you guys pay, you get a little extra peek
Oh,
on my
snap.
OnlyFans page.
I had no idea. Okay, thanks. I just learned
Yeah, so
something.
if you want to start to drop it like it's hot,
Okay.
Yeah,
well, you
yeah.
mean if one would like
Yeah.
to, not if you would like to.
if
Which-
you have good knees, you
What
can.
you,
Right,
you
right.
kind of brought it up. Yeah, the knees. I'm telling you, I am very impressed when I see Megan Thee Stallion. The things she could do
Exactly.
on high heels, and also those beautiful women who would do the African dances. They always do it with short skirts and high heels. And
No, that wouldn't be OnlyFans. OnlyFans would be
a way
Right,
way
right.
beyond.
Doing
Yeah.
that
Megan
with-
might have.
It would be WAP Raw.
Okay.
because I think Cardi B has one too.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
She don't even need an OnlyFans. I've seen that video.
Yeah, you can just Google
I
that.
saw when culture was conceived, unfortunately. So what does the D stand for?
Oh, debonair.
Oh, I like it.
No,
That
it's,
was quick.
it's a biblical. Y'all, it's a quiz. It's a biblical name.
Okay.
D is a biblical name.
Okay, we should know it.
David.
Nope.
That's Teresa.
Almost.
Hey, I got one. though.
Almost. Okay. Oh, don't put me on the spot.
Lion's Den.
The Lions. Oh, okay. Who was stuck in the Lions?
There you go,
I
Vince.
should have known my brother's name.
Yeah,
Daniel.
yeah.
Do you know what Billy D. Williams' middle name is? You probably do.
It's D.
Do you know? Yeah, but you know what the DEE stands for?
D.
Okay. So should we leave it there?
No, that's what it stands for. D.
He has a real middle name.
What is it?
That's his state. D is his stage name. I just learned when I was looking for your middle name. I said, let me see what December. Isn't that interesting? And he's
Really?
a junior. Billy December Williams Jr.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought it
Is
was
his
like
birthday at least in December?
I would hope so, but he's named after his daddy, so maybe his daddy's was a December. You know,
Wow.
sometimes they don't have to.
I thought it was gonna be something like Nebuchadnezzar. That would be that would be
would have
interesting.
been super cool.
Yeah, name your
So-
next son that.
So since your last visit, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot actually.
Hmm.
You know, like I think when I told you guys last time, I saw COVID sort of as a renaissance period for artists,
Right.
Okay.
and I think that it was a time for people to decide when we get on the other side of this, what are you going to look like, and what is your career going to look like?
Yeah.
Are you going to take this time and work on stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or are you going to get a job at UPS, which a lot of people probably should do, not give up on their dreams, but because a lot of people are just kind of taking up space for. I know that's kind of mean to say, but I'm old.
So you get some rights.
Yeah. So I did this really cool kind of sonic fiction podcast. I've always been like a writer. Wrote a bunch of like twisty suspense sort of things, and recently, this is the first time I'm talking about this on media, on any kind of like mass media, but I have a deal with a major network. Now, it's not a they have a streaming service, but it's a basic cable network. You know what I mean? It's not one of them
Right. Not
networks
Hulu, Netflix,
that
okay.
you got to have
don't have to pay?
the whole internet package in
Nice.
order to get it. It's
Right.
on
Right.
everybody's thing, and I just don't want to say the name because I want to jinx it.
Right.
But I sold one of my short films to them.
Oh my
Congratulations.
And for what I paid to produce it, my gain was 2,000% of my initial investment.
Beautiful.
And they liked the film so much until they wanted me to come up with a 10-part series
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
that they would possibly put on the network in order for. So right now I'm in the midst of pitching a series. The film is already done. It's going to be out on October 11th. maybe I can come back before then and tell
Yes,
you guys
please.
more about it. But I just don't want to jinx the whole deal because
Absolutely.
even though we have a deal in place, I haven't signed anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking to like the associate producer dude. I'm talking to the vice president of development and programming. So it's a good time.
So now you
Yeah.
have to create the whole board of. See, we talked a lot. We had a producer on here, and
Yes.
he told us that you had to create
the story.
You got to
board.
create everything.
Storyboard and
Well,
all
see,
that
so
fun
what is
stuff.
what it is? It's going to be an anthology series. So it's going to be like
man.
different stories every time.
Love it.
And so I've already done it. They asked me for 10 stories. I gave them 12.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
for 2 as alternative, but they are all like really rangy type stories. I'll just tell you one. One is about a preacher who was bullied as a kid, and the bully, and years later, the bully comes to his church and wants to join the church. And when he was a kid, he used to tease him, and the name they used to call him was Booger Nose. And he teased him like constantly, but what he didn't know is his backstory was that he was poor and he was homeless, and the night that his mother froze to death, he went to school the next day and his nose was running because he had spent all night out with her.
Right.
So he comes to the preacher's church, and then he joins the church and stuff, and then he wants to be baptized. And everything is cool, but the preacher's still, skeptical.
Yeah.
And this preacher's wife is like, "No, give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance." And then he starts, these little things start to come up, and then right before he gets ready to baptize him, the bully calls him Booger Nose, and then he drowns him. So that's it.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So
that's
do
one of the
you
stories.
remember last year?
He drowns him. Just
That
like
is a great ending.
Boom,
It's
and it's
called
over.
the Revenge Story.
No, that one is called what is it? No, it's not guilt. It's something. I'll think of it.
So what
before.
happened to the story? You were going to do a horror with Dr. Kiva and myself. Do you remember
You
that?
remember-
No,
that,
this
huh?
is
Yeah,
it. This is it.
Okay,
We're-
you have. Well, you feel
right now. This is it.
Okay, so
yeah.
let's make this one count, Dr.
Yeah.
Kiva. We
I
gotta
think
make
the
this
name
one
is
count.
taken. This is it. It's already a done deal. Can't call it that.
Yeah.
Speaking of a 10-part series,
Yeah.
I got to listen to Tales of the Virus.
Thank you for listening to that.
Oh my! I was really mesmerized, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping there's a part 2. So I have a couple of questions.
Sure,
related to
sure,
that.
sure.
Number one, Tales of the Virus is something you actually was born of COVID.
Right.
Okay. And so
right.
you just made it super interesting.
Right.
And I love that you did it in increments. So
Right.
3-4 minutes at a time.
Because people like
You
me
know
and
how
you
we are.
got that ADD.
That's
Honest to
everybody.
goodness,
Yeah.
I could. It was just enough for me to go to the next one right
Right.
away.
Right.
So
right.
how can people listen to it?
It's on everything. Apple. It's
You
on
go to his
iTunes.
site,
It's on.
yeah.
It's on my site. It's called Tales of the Virus. You can just Google it and it'll come up on iHeartRadio and the whole deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very intriguing. So were these people Raymond, Albert, and Jasmine?
Right.
Or
Look
Alfred.
at you,
I think
Alfred. Alfred is the
So
main character.
Are they based on somebody you know?
The story is about a lot of different people that I know,
I love
and
it.
a lot of
I
different
love you have my
relationships.
favorite nephew Tommy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did you
dude.
like that episode?
Oh, that was fantastic.
That was
Because
crazy.
you know he does the crank.
Right,
So
right,
That
right.
was fantastic.
Right.
You guys must be close.
Yeah, no, we're great
Yeah.
friends. Me and him and Uncle Funky, and
Okay.
but it's about this love triangle of black people who get caught in this zombie apocalypse that got started based on the virus, right? And I know it sounds like a lot.
But instead of them dying, they become zombies.
No,
Thrillers.
Yeah, thrillers. Ah, look at you,
That's
Robin.
what I loved it.
Yes.
I love a good
Yeah.
horror.
Yeah, so-
I like murder movies.
Because there aren't any like black zombie stories,
Right.
so I thought this would be cool. And so
Right.
like the thrillers, like the black zombies are thrillers just because Michael Jackson and whatever, so people just started calling them
That was smart.
But I just had a good time, and I think it was episode 7 was called Bunny.
Yes.
Bunny. I wrote Bunny the day I came back from the George Floyd protest,
Okay. Wow.
and I was angry and crying
Okay.
as I did that one.
Wow.
And that one was the most profound one because I laid out, because I used to be a police officer,
Right.
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
and I laid out every archetype that fit
Mhm.
Derek Chauvin's character.
Mhm.
And I put it in that deal, and at the end of it,
That was heavy.
The zombies eat him. But if you don't listen to anything,
That was one of the heaviest episodes right there.
that was the heaviest one
Yeah.
because I had a real emotional attachment
Yeah.
to it because I just come back from the thing and I thought about it on the way home. I was like, this is the way I'm going to style this. That was going to be a completely different episode. I was like, no, I'm going to make it fit just like this because this is who these guys are. So it's one of those things where if you listen to that particular episode, you don't even have to listen to the rest of the series because it's
Right.
not even about that. It's a standalone episode
Absolutely.
about a cop named Bunny. and how he became who he is and
How'd you name
how he
him
died.
Bunny? How come you didn't call him like?
Remember in the episode,
Chiven.
Well, his name is Bunny. I explained in the episode.
Donald Chiven.
His name is Bunny. And here's the deal: like, if it gets expanded to in a series, I can turn each of these episodes into a 22-minute episode. But when he was a kid, and I say it in the episode, on an Easter play, a black kid gave him the nickname that stuck. Which is another reason that he was angry at black people. So so that's why they called him Bunny.
Right. Wow. That was heavy.
Yeah.
That was really well done. And I'm hoping that you expand it. Because it's the way it's set up. I mean, we're still in the middle of the virus.
Right.
So you can continue to go. Even
that
though
can
you
go
ended
for a long time.
You know how they do season 2.
What I want to do, what I'm going to do is, like, if they pick up this, if this network picks up this, then I'm going to pitch that, because there isn't a black zombie series, and to me this is cross between Atlanta and The Walking Dead.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you don't watch TV. You don't watch TV, do you?
No.
You don't do anything.
If she watches anything, it's probably
Marvel.
Dr. Kiva. She just goes home. She just goes home and she's like this.
Mm-hmm. She just stays in Zen mode, and I always feel guilty when I call her.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a little short break, and we're going to find out what else is Mr. Billy D. Washington up to. So join us right after our short break.
Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky? How you living? How you living? Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky?
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Hey y'all, I'm Robin B.
And I'm Dr. Kiva.
And we just want to know
how you living.
Join us every Monday
at noon Central Standard Time
here on Edge Radio TV. Take care.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
And welcome back to How You Living on Edge Radio Network. You know, Mr. Washington, there's one thing I did want to ask. On your YouTube channel, I see you sing a lot. So, sing and play, and how many instruments you play? You play a few, don't you?
Yeah, I play a few instruments.
I had to ask.
I used to I used to be able to get down with like 10, but since I haven't played but 3 over the past 20 years or so.
All right.
I mean, I don't know if I can still play trombone. I know how to play trombone too, but piano, organ, drums, tambourine. What?
Really?
My tambourine.
But yeah. As a matter of fact, did you see the "Trump Is Gone" song?
Yeah. Now that was a big hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit. That got 100 million interactions.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But then you made a show of it. Now I haven't seen that one yet. Can you do it a cappella?
I cannot.
Or Donald
You cannot.
Trump.
I cannot.
Or Trump
He
is
did
gone.
Chauvin's Gone.
Yeah. I did Chauvin's Gone too.
Didn't you do a remix of Trump is Gone?
I did a remix. Well, yeah. Was the Chauvin?
I mean, we could do that.
Chauvin's Gone is the remix of Trump is Gone.
Okay.
So I just changed the number from Trump to Chauvin.
Interaction.
Yeah.
There was a lot of love on that Trump is Gone one.
Oh no, it got national. It was on MSNBC and it was on Spike TV. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, I hit a lot of. It was crazy because, and what you guys will notice, like you guys haven't been in the Houston entertainment thing for a while, but other than Funky Larry, it's crazy that like the national media picked it up, but the local media wouldn't touch it.
Really?
Yes, like
that's
the all the little local pop shows and these little dudes that's on the thing talking about black this and black that and whatever. And I'm talking about like the Fox and the NBC and the whatever. They wouldn't touch it. Like, no, well, we have shareholders and man,
scaredy cat.
So people could definitely
play it during the break. I'm gonna see if we can possibly get it.
Yeah, because it's on Billy D. Washington on YouTube.
On YouTube,
okay,
right.
And it's on my website too.
Okay.
Or you can just Google it and it'll pop right up.
Trump is gone.
That's the easiest way.
So is there a way for you to like, what do you call that, trademark it? So nobody tries to make their own version?
Oh man, they've already.
Are you serious?
Yo, I don't care though. I mean, because I didn't do it to make money. Okay. It started off as a song just to. My parents thought that Trump was going to win, and they got super depressed. And we were having this FaceTime call, and both of my parents were like big civil rights advocates. I mean, I remember going to protest when I was a kid. I mean, my mom went to jail over a protest, and I went to CPS.
That's a badge of honor.
And my dad almost killed her. But they were super upset because they thought Trump was going to win, and I wanted to do something just to cheer them up. And I know they like gospel music, so I just made up the song like as is for them. And then when Trump lost, I had forgotten about it. My dad said you need to put that up somewhere because he always says that you need to put that up somewhere. And so then I just put it up and it just started going crazy. And so nephew Tommy saw it. He's like, hey man, we need to do a studio version of this. I mean, and by this time, that day, the day of the election, or the day he was declared, I put it up, and then later on that afternoon, Earthquake saw it, and he put it up on his page, and within an hour, it had 44,000 views.
Wow!
Awesome.
And so and it just kind of blossomed and ballooned.
Exploded.
It exploded.
Wow.
But I still think it's just crazy that like I got all this national exposure,
but not local.
But Houston. It was just like, we were like, nah,
Very
we're good.
Interesting.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's a Texas thing, maybe, huh?
I don't know what it is, but
we are in a red state.
But still, but don't be fake. Like, just don't be.
They've been playing it at home.
One of my contracts was, as a comedian, like we have people that we work for. Like I have, whatever. And one of my contracts, huge company, $1 billion organization, when everything happened and they did the blackout. Remember when everybody did the blackout on social media?
Yes.
They did the blackout and then they put BLM, and I've never known them to support black people because I've been, I know, they've allowed people to cancel me because of, and man, I had a phone call with them and I just said to them, dude, just, be who you are or take down your sign.
Right.
Like, don't be out there, don't be out there latching onto a movement just because it's gonna
because it's popular and trying to get you
increase your views and make you feel better about yourself. No, don't let the white guilt take over your good sense of whatever.
That's a great word for you to say, because my sister, strangely, this morning sent me an email. She got out of the blue. She got an email from a coworker from many years ago saying, hey, I was talking to some friends of mine, And I just want to say that I hope and pray that never at any time when we work together that I ever treated you differently because of your skin color. So the white guilt is real.
No, it's real. And some people know how to navigate it perfectly. Yeah. Like my friends, thank God for my white friends, because they got me through all this even more than my black friends. Because I knew what my black friends were going to say. Right. But I was really listening to them to see. And, you know, the people that would handle it delicately and the people that would ask, that would listen more than they would talk. You know, those are the people that got me through this. And
I have a really good friend.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I'm not here to crap on like white people or whatever. No. What I'm saying is, if you've shown no evidence of support in the past, don't just follow the trend. Because like as a community, we don't need clout from you. We need stats from you. We need to be able to evaluate the numbers. We need data. We don't need, you know, empty hashtags.
That's good. That's very good. Oh, not another hashtag. And that's gonna. I hear you.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
So, have you heard much about qualified immunity? You probably do know what that is since you're a former cop.
You mean what is that? The vaccine?
I wish that's what it meant.
I don't
Unfortunately,
I did my vaccine.
It's the opposite of because the vaccine saves lives. Qualified immunity, basically, you probably know this. It gives cops kind of a pass when they shoot somebody.
No, I have not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's a legal term.
It's
a legal term.
Yeah, it's the opposite of police reform. So right now they all enjoy qualified immunity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that would, you know what? Because like I don't know, Robin, because that would be weird. Because if Derek Chauvin would have got off, then that would have given any cop the license to kill anybody who had a pre-existing condition.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, like if you had anything, if you had anything and that cop killed you, they'd be like, well, he had AIDS, so he just died of the AIDS while he shot him in the back of the head. That's what happened. It wasn't a bullet. It was that.
Yeah.
That's why this was so important.
He almost got away with that if it weren't for the video.
But you know what's interesting? Why didn't any of his fellow black officers speak up at all? It's like they hide. It's almost like they hide behind the badge so much that they're more blue than they are realize that that's their community.
Let me take you back. Let's just dig deeper. So I don't know that anybody like actually wants to be a cop. I didn't really want to be a cop. Either you want to be if you want to be in law enforcement, you want to be like FBI or CIA or a judge or whatever. But to be the local municipal cop, that means that's the best job that you can get based on what you want to do. So a lot of these guys aren't qualified to do anything else other than police work. No shade, because it takes a lot of work. I went to the police.
It's a difficult
job. It takes a lot. It's a difficult job, but I'm just saying that. And when you don't have those opportunities, and this is the most money that you can make with the skill set you have, a lot of those guys would rather feed their family than to get involved in their stuff, they don't they believe in their civil rights and whatever, but would they want to sacrifice their livelihood for it? You know, who knows?
Yeah, because I guess it's a mixture of. Some people do it as a stepping stone for something else. Like I'm gonna be a police, and I'm gonna go to law school because they'll pay for law school.
Right. But then that money starts coming in. Then you go, well, buy a house that was a little nicer than I. And before you know it, your wife says, let's get this car. I know we only wanted 2 kids. Now we have 4. And then now you don't have time because you're doing extra jobs and everything else in order
to get free donuts.
You get free donuts.
You get free donuts.
Hello.
Right. You get to
wow.
That's great.
But you get all these free perks, man. I mean, I used to get free pizza all the time.
That's even better.
Yeah, there was this one pizza place that would give us free pizza all the time. I was in there every day shamelessly. I'd walk in, they'd be like, this.
Here he goes. Here he comes.
You can even get free apartments sometimes, right?
Oh, I did.
I did it. For free.
I did it. I had
that is smart. See,
I had this cold, like really. Actually, I had a choice between 2 places. There was going to be this. There was this high-rise condo that could have had the glass and whatever, but I would have had to sit at a desk for 2 hours a night, and I didn't want to do that. Or I could. The place that I chose was off Highway 6, and I tell you what the caffeine does to me.
Okay.
Was off of Highway 6, And it was like this really cool townhouse, and all I had to do was just like walk around periodically and walk around once a night, and that was it. And they just gave me it rent free. So yeah, there are a lot of perks, and these dudes earn it because like walking around that deal, it was a nice apartment complex, but still, man, I got into more at that apartment complex than I did on the streets.
Really? So did you have to fight somebody?
The only time I felt like my life was ever threatened being a cop was when I was one day. This dude had beat up a girlfriend, and all she wanted was to get her purse, and she wanted to leave. I thought I could handle it myself, so I go up and knock on the door. As soon as I knock on the door, I have my badge right here. I got my gun right here. This dude pops me in the mouth, and then we black out. And I black out, and then the next thing I know, he had this long hair. I just remember hitting him in his face so hard that all of his hair shot forward like that.
Like slow motion.
But then we wrestled. I tried to get his handcuffs on him, and he literally had his hand on my gun.
Oh my God.
And so I had to do things with the handcuffs at that point that I will not divulge on this. But
he might have had to go to the dentist afterwards.
Well, yeah, he was. And then afterwards, he wanted to meet me for a drink.
Oh yeah, him and his buddies.
No, sir. Yeah, man, I want to just meet you for a drink. His wife, he got back with his girlfriend. His girlfriend said he apologized, and he wanted, and I could see the distress in her eyes. I was like, you know what? I'm good.
That's great. Right?
Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Because they go back sometimes.
Oh my, yeah. Oh, just like Robin said, he'd probably been there with a whole bunch of buddies of his and whatever. Who knows what would have happened? This would be an empty seat right now.
That's why you have to stay fit, brother. You have to stay fit.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but yeah, back then I did.
Right.
Now the stomach's getting a little out of control.
So what do? Like when you're on the road, you can't, because you do a lot of traveling still, don't you?
I do. I'm headed to Little Rock Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you do when you're on? Do you ever utilize the facilities at the hotel?
You know what? I walk and run a lot.
Okay.
And I do some weights, but I have like bad what is this called? Rotator cuff. Okay. So if I bench too much, I won't feel it that day. But then, it'll just show up like the one time where I'm just lifting something, or like on the plane. Right. I'm putting my bag up and I feel it's all over, and it stays like that until I think I need surgery. But then it heals, like it's healed now, and it's fine.
Then you'll do something,
And then I'll do something because this is fine. Let me go on bench. But no, just walking and running is.
Welcome to my life.
You haven't had. I know. Well, I was gonna say he needs to make an appointment with you at some point.
Oh, I've had two since our last. Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a little short break. As you can tell, the conversation just can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's that caffeine.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
I already told you.
So join us as we take this little short break to get the rest of the story about Mr. Billy D. Washington.
We'll be right back.
Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky? How you living? How you living? Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky?
Edge Radio TV is holding auditions for new show hosts. Are you a subject matter expert, professional, influencer, book author, thought leader, or business owner with an educational or motivational platform? Then we want to meet you. Send a link of some of your work to edgeradio20@gmail.com and be sure to put audition in the subject line. Join the Edge Radio TV family. Edge TV, because truth still matters.
And we are back with Mr. Billy D. Washington, Mr. Debonair comedian.
Whoa.
And one question I want to ask, we know a lot about you, but what's the most interesting or shocking fun fact about you that nobody knows?
Interesting or shocking is, well, right now, I am full throttle into country music.
Really?
Yeah.
So will you start making some country music?
I will not. But I just like it because like R&B and rap takes me to emotional places.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
it's personal.
like when I want to listen to music, man, I don't want to be able to think about it. Like what made my mind up is like I was listening to country and it was cool, and I just remember like for a week or so, and then I turned it to like an R&B station, and then I heard Luther Vandross, and I just started thinking, man, this man had to live his whole life singing these lies.
Right.
And you know what? She's so very fun, and I love her. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
His
You don't.
mama, he loved his mom.
Well, that ain't who he was singing about. But this man would have been. This man would have been a hero to gay people if he could have been himself.
I agree with
He
you.
literally would have been Donna Summer, which is a weird sort. He literally would have been Donna Summer to the gay community if that dude could, and we would have embraced him.
Because
he wasn't the first, so yeah.
And plus, and the thing is, we'll never know if it was his decision or if it was his team's decision.
Yeah.
Like Luther, you can't do this because you the crooner and whatever. He's like, but ain't nobody never seen me.
Right.
He's like, I ain't never seen a pair of titties in my life. I don't know what you want me to do. It's like,
could be man boobs.
like I don't. Yeah. Right.
So which one was best for you, the skinny Luther or the fat Luther?
Oh, I loved all of them.
I did too. I thought he sounded the same, skinny. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
so
fair.
funny because
That's
even
not
though
fair.
with Luther, you already knew.
Right.
You know,
Everybody else
Right.
You just didn't say it.
But as a creative, like as an artist, you know, you want to be able to tell that story because when you are so immersed, because you know he was a very gifted and talented singer, and
he was a diva too.
Yeah, but but there's a difference. Like some singers are talented, and some singers, you learn talent is you develop.
Yes.
But to be gifted, that means that out of the womb you just that person.
Right.
Well, he was both. So he was an artist. So you have to figure that this dude probably had songs and he had stuff that he wanted to say, you know, as an artist that he wanted to get out in the world, but he felt so suppressed.
Yeah.
So like, but that's what happened.
But,
but you see where we just went. You see where we just. That's what happens when I listen to R&B now.
Absolutely.
But you know what's interesting about country is it's a storytelling. They tell stories, and if I can get through the twang, but if I listen to the words,
when you listen, it's so interesting.
And some of
the blues and country.
It's blues and country, and then these contemporary artists. I mean, the songs are so fun. Like Miranda Lambert and was Nico Moon.
And I like
Carrie Underwood is great.
I love Tennessee Whiskey.
Well, that's what got me started. Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton's album is the one.
That's the last live. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you. I said I was going to learn my lesson.
Yeah.
But we did see him. Zip it.
Wait.
But I saw him, and I just want to say we saw, got to see him at the radio.
Yeah.
He was very interesting.
Learn your lesson.
Back to you.
Yeah.
Throwing it back.
No, I'm just saying that because when you listen to it, it's like it takes you back. It's like, if you hear the song "As," if that pops up somewhere, it's gonna take you out. It's gonna take you back to the funeral you went to that time.
Right.
It's gonna take you back to something depressing. If I was on an island by myself and there was one song that I had to listen to for the rest of my life, it would be "As."
Okay, now I have to listen to it.
But just casually,
I was always a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan from way back.
Right.
So he was kind of bluesy and country and
right.
I've always listened to that type of music.
Well, see, I can tell because look how happy you are and not, and just But when you grow up just like on hip hop and on R&B, you just don't realize something you said earlier. It's like when you look at the news, I think that and subliminally, like these messages sort of seep into your subconscious, and then you are this other person. Because I don't want to hear about black people problem, but on country music, that's all white people's problem.
Wait,
I can listen to that all day long.
It's not personal.
It's not personal.
When I used to work for the Symphony, another job, and I used to listen to DMX driving up.
Right.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Help us sing it out loud. You got to.
But I was walking into the Symphony. I went to that.
And you telling the bio player, play it louder, play it louder.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
But it made me get into an emotional.
It'll totally take you to an emotional place, and you start to feel sorry for people. And then Humpty Hump just died. And you're like, oh my God, this dude is dead. And now all that, So
Black Rob. I mean, what's going on?
It's called life,
and they're young. Yeah, that's true. That's
true.
Nobody's immune.
To bring it back to your question, that's why
shocking.
I listen to.
But that's not shocking to me.
Okay, you got something a little more controversial,
right?
You're an artist. You're open to expression, and that's another form of expression.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not shocked.
Okay. So you got to go somewhere else.
That's what's up. Okay, keep up. I feel you. All right.
I think you need to come up with another shocking, because obviously that wasn't shocking.
Something
that
else
did not qualify.
It wouldn't shock you guys that I talk to myself all the time. Would it?
No, who doesn't? I answer. You know, yeah. You gotta come. That's it.
No, I mean like all the time.
Okay.
It's like I was so glad when they came up with AirPods and
Yeah,
stuff like
you
that
can get away
because I
with
could be
murder.
talking to myself. Like I remember once I was in Denver, Colorado, and I was running through a joke in my head, and I was walking down the street, and I had on like this ski jacket and some like house slippers because I have to walk and talk at the same time, and sometimes I forget where I am. I just lose myself in a piece. And I was walking, and I bull crap you not. This white lady, this nice white lady, came up and gave me $2 because she thought I was
crazy.
homeless.
Yeah.
Did
And when
girl, yeah, I took that $2 and went and bought me some donuts.
Money. You know he bought that. Took that money. And when you still see people, the pods are so small now, they really look like they're talking to themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but I didn't have any pods. I was just talking to myself. I was just like into it, like
and house shoes in Denver.
What? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I have my socks,
you.
my slippers on, some sweats, and a big ski coat. And
I'd have given them $2 too.
And my hair was all over the place. I hadn't had no juice on it or whatever. Big beard, and my glasses were probably crooked, and I didn't probably had stuff in my eye.
That $2.
It's just like God told me to come and bring you this $2. That's probably the lady that's naked right now.
You got an
OnlyFans.
No, Denver is a completely different animal. Good. Like Colorado is like those people there are so like forgiving and they don't see anything as a threat and I mean that's one of my biggest draws. Like
except for Aurora.
It's 420.
We won't go there.
It's a 420
yeah,
place.
it's a 420 place, definitely.
Well, I'm always in the. I'm always kind of in the, you know,
and the
hip districts.
No,
man, I cannot. Man, you think I'm crazy now? Oh my God!
So you got some Texas.
I do not smoke weed. Is that shocking?
I guess that could be shocking, but
do not.
I know too many people that don't smoke weed these days.
What's shocking to me is that you ain't taking the vaccine.
Really? Is that shocking to you?
Yeah, you like.
Okay, I won't say I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Apparently I am. But I just don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Okay, so let me ask you.
But I respect anyone who's
okay. So I asked my friend Long John Silver, and I'm not going to apply this to you.
Not the
actor. And we call him Long John Silver not because he was in the porn, but he used to work in Long.
But that's the same guy.
He used to work. No,
he worked at Long John.
He used to work at Long John Silver, so the name just stuck. So we kept Long John Silver. But he always. He is just like this dude that will say some of the stupidest stuff and not realize how brilliant it is.
Okay.
Like he was telling me that he didn't want to take the vaccine because he didn't know what was in it. So I say to him, "What's in Hennessy?"
Right.
And he didn't know what was in that either.
Okay.
And so I just go down the myriad of things that we ingest and we don't know what's in it.
Okay.
But we still take it anyway. Here was my litmus test. I went to the Alabama map, the COVID map, to see who was taking it. And specifically, I went to everywhere near Tuskegee University, and people are taking it there.
That is shocking.
If they are taking it,
now that's the shocking.
If they are taking it at Tuskegee, then I think it's okay for us to do it. Last point. So Long John Silver says to me, he always says stupid stuff. One time he said to me, "Man, do you think Stevie Wonder has dreams?" Bro, I don't know. He was like, but then I thought about it.
Very valid question.
And then I thought about it, just blew him off, and then I spent a day going, who can I call to ask?
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah, he said, "Man, you think Stevie Wonder has dreams?" I think that would be a cruel thing, like to be sleep and see everything, wake up and see nothing. But then he says to me about the vaccine, he's like, "Man, you know what? I think that." Giving a vaccine to black people is basically a shot in the dark.
Wow.
I go, you know what? That is brilliant. It's literal and it's figurative.
And it's very literal.
It's literal and it's figurative.
You know what? One of the things, and again, if you want to feed into conspiracy theory, I just need to know, is everyone getting the same vaccine? I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, okay? but I don't understand the motivation that another entity would have to shoot us with. What are they going to do? World domination? What are they going to?
Yes.
They're going to stop. Okay.
Absolutely.
Check.
Okay, but what is the worst that could happen to you in the worst case scenario? I asked
in 5 years.
In 5 years, what?
You could have some sort of genetic disorder.
Okay, but how does that benefit somebody?
I don't know. Maybe they already created something for that.
But
maybe they created a vaccine for whatever they just gave you.
But how can
5 years earlier?
But how can you base?
How about that?
How can you base?
Bam.
But how can you base this on a hypothesis of something that's going to happen?
Damn. All I know is I'm gonna stay healthy.
But the thing is, like somebody says something is going to keep you alive now, but you say you aren't going to take it because it might kill you later.
You know
you know what? On that note,
okay, we gotta go.
We gotta wrap it up. And you know what that means?
You got to come back, and not a year later.
Like in a few weeks. So
no, we're gonna do a horror. Really, we'll take. I would like us to do that.
Well, maybe when I come back, I'll let you guys know when I can make the announcement.
Okay.
And then I'll make the announcement the first time on here. How about that? And then I put it on my social media that I have a big announcement. I'll do it on your show.
Exactly. Because as you can tell, these conversations can go left real quick.
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
Yeah.
We go up
which is
and down
really
and
fun.
Up and down. Right.
Well, thank y'all for having me.
Well, we need to know where you're going. Where will you
tea.
be? Let's share that.
Oh, okay. Well, today I'm here at noon.
Start.
I'll be
no more caffeine.
No, at 5:00 today I'll be doing a Zoom call for a big award show, and tonight I'll be at the Speakeasy Comedy Club doing a private party for fallen bikers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then don't you have something South Texas coming up?
South Texas.
I put it on the flyer. I hope so. June the 4th.
June the 4th. I don't know. Do I?
You better, because it's on there and it's been publicized.
It's on my flyer.
Yeah.
No, I'm in Tulsa. I'm in Oklahoma City. June 4th.
Somewhere south of Texas. So, we'll look into it.
Oh yeah. No, I'm in Corpus Christi.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm in Corpus Christi.
Wow,
yeah.
you need to book him, huh?
Yeah, you know what? I'll be your manager.
Yeah,
obviously, she's on top of it better than he is.
Yeah.
You gonna ask him about the nugget or what? You gonna put him on the spot like that?
I don't know. Should we?
I don't know. He got that adrenaline.
Yeah, I got the adrenaline pumping. Let's go.
So
people are waiting.
We always ask our people at the end of programming to give us a little nugget that they can drop to our people. Whatever that is, whatever pops into your mind.
Any word of wisdom
word of wisdom.
You know, if you get pulled over, go with Facebook Live. Is that good?
Yeah, if you
the nugget of wisdom.
The nugget of wisdom.
Do you share with your family, the young ones in your family? You give them anything?
The nugget of wisdom would be to be as positive as possible. There's this thing called the retinal activating system, and you know about this. And so the thing is like if you focus on something, then you tend to see it all the time.
Yeah,
and that's how it is like with racism. So the thing is like even though we can acknowledge, and even though we can try and be better people, we don't have to concentrate on the negative aspect of it. It's something that Tyler Perry said last night that really struck me. He said, "Meet me in the middle."
Yeah,
like meet me in the middle. This is where the love is. Like because the far right is over here, the far left is right here, but meeting in the middle. And that's why I sell these armbands that say "Spread Love" because I'm trying to be a better person. I want to do a wristband because every time I want to shoot somebody the bird, I see it and I'm like, I can't do that.
Oh, that's good. So it needs to.
And every time I want to type something negative, I'm like, I can't do that. And I have a cross on it too on my wristband just in case you run across a vampire and you need some extra. Yeah.
I love it.
The acrylic has garlic mixed into it too because I believe in vampires. No, I don't. But
I was about to go that's shocking.
We're gonna have a vampire show. So,
but the nugget is spread love.
Spread love. That's our nugget. Spread love.
That's good. That's fair.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you
once again.
Absolutely. If anyone wants to track you down, it's just BillyDWashington.com.
Is it everything? BillyDWashington.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, all that. Hit me up.
All right.
No, I'm not in MySpace. I just made that up.
I was going to say, please, no.
Okay.
OnlyFans.
AOL. Right.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And at the end of every show, we always have to ask,
how you living?
Salud.
Salud.
Bye-bye.